Here we go. I'll think. Well, hello there, ladies and gents. My name is Eric, known as Penguin, and actually, yes, this is just recording, but it's World of Tanks, and it was from last night actually, on 9/21. um, and yeah, like I said, I mean, this is on Ensk, and as you can see, I'm taking my GW Panther out, which is the Tier 7 German artillery. Now, once again, like I said, we are on Ensk, which is a small map for heavy tanks, which I have no idea why. You still play this map when you're high tier, because it is so small, you don't have any time to get to spots depending on how slow your tank is. And yeah, like I said, I mean, so you're gonna see sometimes how I do play. I mean, seriously, you're gonna see how I do play at times when I'm playing Artie, because once again, everybody thinks that Artie sits in the back, they just sit in the back and that's all they do is click, which isn't true. A good Artie player will always watch the map, and I always say that it doesn't matter what tank you are playing. Always watch a mini map, and that's one of the reasons why I actually do have my mini maps kind of big. I know a lot of people will disagree with that, but for me, I mean, seriously, I love my mini map, pretty big, so I can not click on it, watch it. Oh, excuse me. But I mean, if you play this game, Insk is a small map. Um, and most of the time, yes, it's a good idea if you're playing Artie just to sit where you're at, try to get way in the back, or back up as far as you can, and hopefully you're not spotted. Because if you look right now, I mean, if you see my view range, I mean, that's pretty good. So the green circles, if you haven't played this game, the green circles are where your commander can see, and if any tanks come in within that green circle, you can spot them. The white, it's kind of like gray, little gray area. The yellow also as well. That's as far as if any tanks come in that yellow area, that's the maximum that you're able to spot them while they're moving. While your other tanks are spotting them as well. We'll be able to see them. But anyway, like I said, Insk is a really small map. And once again, like I said, I mean, I was kind of happy with this gameplay. Not the greatest, but you'll see what I mean here in a bit. So right now, like I said, the highest tier we're going up against is a tier 8s. And once again, like I said, I am in my tier 7 German Artie. I kind of like this Artie because of you know, the pretty big view range on it without actually having to move. But Artie is weird. I mean, seriously, Artie is weird because most of the time Arties they either have like a real small um, line of sight, which you can actually move, and then it goes, so and so. Some of them are pretty small, some of them are actually kind of wide. This one is actually pretty good because it is wide, as you can see, with the V, coming out from where I'm at. But yeah, it's just this map is way too small. Like I said, I mean, I was surprised at how this game came out, the outcome of the game. So all right, let's go play. So I'm gonna try not to do. I mean, I'll pause here and there, so that way you can see. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I was actually pretty surprised with this gameplay. And there are some times that, yes, when I do play Artie, like I said, I mean, most of the time I'm not streaming or I'm not recording my games on here. So right now, like I said, I mean, this is, me moving around watching. I'm not actually going to use the free cam. And you'll just watch. I mean, you can see. But I will pause it here and there just to, kind of tell you what I'm doing. So right now, like I said, I mean, I'm thinking about actually but then again, really quickly here. All right. So most of the time, it's hard if you're artillery. If you're on this side of the map, on row kilo. If you're over here and you try to go to column 1, 2, or at least within this area, it's really hard because most of the time their lights, their mediums will come down the train tracks, which is right here. There's sometimes the tank destroyers will actually hide right in here at between Delta Echo 4 5. Well, actually more like 4. And then again, like I said, they'll come around, column 6 7. Tank destroyers like to hide around. Same thing here. They like to hide around Charlie Delta, 9 0. And most of the time, the lights will come in all of these buildings right here on like what is it, 7 through 0. So you can easily spot it. I mean, seriously, you can be easily spotted, and then most of the time, everybody's going to take pop shots at you. If you're lucky enough, you only get hit once. They may hit your track out, and then you're dead. So yeah, like I said, I mean, Ensk is really small. I mean, there's a few maps that you play that are really, really small, and I have no idea why they do that. With high tier tanks, giving you small maps. Um, because most of the time it doesn't give you much time to, try to hide if you can, depending what tank you're playing. So once again, like I said, I mean, I am actually gonna try to get to Kilo 1 or at least Kilo 2. But once again, like I said, it's a small map. I'm just at a risk of getting spotted by someone hiding around Delta 4, Delta 5. Which it sucks, Tom. Trust me, because every time I go there, I'm always waiting for someone to get spotted, and then I'll be like sitting around here sometimes around like Alpha 5, Alpha 4, Bravo 4, Bravo 5, depending what tank I'm playing, and then I'll just start taking pop shots at people that are passing by. So let's go continue on. So you can see Artie's right now trying to figure out where to go. The M24 decides to go, the opposite direction toward the field. Our team's doing okay, but it's just, like I said, it's a madhouse. It's a small map. And right here, okay, so you see this building right here. Most of the time, when you're actually coming this way, if there's, like I said, if a light decides to go either, Delta 4, or even between Echo 5, 6, and Echo Delta 5. Well, no, that's Echo. Okay. I know what I'm talking about. Echo 5, 6. Right in this little area right here, if you look at my minimap, I'm actually using my cursor. Because most of the time, either a light or a medium will come down this little line right here, which is right by the railroad tracks. They'll hide in this little area right here. As you can see, it's open. And also, there'll be tank destroyers sometimes, or lights, or mediums, if they're fast enough, to get into these little areas. These are actually windows that are open up. So if you can see right now, I mean, that's a clear line of sight coming down this way. But a more clear line of sight coming on this way as well. So, I mean, most of the time I get spotted. I mean, seriously, it doesn't matter what I'm playing. I'll get spotted. They'll try to take a pop shots, at me, trying to get me between, these two windows right here. So yeah, like I said, I mean, it's a big risk. I mean, seriously, it's a big risk when you're playing artillery or slow tanks, trying to make it from one side of the map to the other, because you can be easily spotted from, like I said, like multiple places, and it sucks. But, I mean, sometimes you get lucky, which I actually did, so, yeah, okay, let's go on. Okay, so one of the M24s is going to keep back right there at, Kilo 2. And, okay, so we see some stuff coming around. So Type 64 and the E25, which I seriously don't like the E25s, which is a premium, German tank destroyer. They're just called cockroaches. I mean, seriously, everybody calls them cockroaches because they're too fast and they're like really, really low. They're really hard to hit most of the time, depending on what kind of tank you're playing. And the reload time is like totally insane. So like I said, just trying to track him right now as you can see. Trying to take a pop shot, trying to figure out where he's backing up, backing up. I was able to knock out his tracks right there, and it took him out, which was nice. I mean, seriously, and that's one thing about when you play Artie, is a good Artie player, always takes away Artie. So right now you see the Progetto 46 coming in. No one's really watching. It's a 3 of 1 does turn around. So I decided to go right by this house, or these buildings, just because, I'm pretty sure I'm already spotted, and they're already will be looking for me. So I'm gonna try to take a shot. Hit him for a little bit. We stun him. Now the Scorpion G's coming down. The P-53 TR's coming down. So like I said, I mean, us Arties are just not doing very well. Our heavies are sitting over there. So I got a shot. Everybody's like rushing in. One of the things about playing artillery is you always do run a risk of hitting your teammates. That is one of the biggest things that I think Artie players do dislike. I know I dislike it when I play Artie. And I can also, I know how it feels when, our Artie, when I'm not playing Artie, when people face hug. Because I really do hate when people just like rush. I mean, even if you're not playing arty, I mean seriously, even if you're not playing arty, everybody just rushes in, and then you know you have a shot at the enemy team or the enemy tank, and then all of a sudden once you hit click the button, you shoot, and all of a sudden your tank comes in. Like the enemy tank's here, the your buddies are like over here, and then you're over here, and then you have a like a clear shot, and then just when you click, of course your teammate comes around here trying to go this way. You end up hitting your teammate, and then they complain about you on how stupid you are and how you can't play. Same thing with Artie. But the thing about Artie is that the projectiles do take a while to reach where you're aiming. And it depends on how far you are. I mean, it takes anywhere between like 1 to 4, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. And once again, I say when you're playing Artie, you really do have to watch, your time. I mean, you really do have to time a lot. So right now, if you can look at how it is right now. Okay, so we got the P43 right in the middle. We have the one of the M44s here. The SU 100, he's over here. The SU was it 12244 here. We got another, of course, this dude here. So it's just one of those things because everybody wants to kill. Of course, yes, everybody wants that kill. Understandable. But once again, when you're playing arty, sometimes yes, you do have a clear line, good shot, but you hesitate because you don't want to hit your teammates. Because once you hit your teammates, they're going to complain that you don't know how to play, you don't learn how to aim better, blah, 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 blah. And one of the things is that a lot of people do complain about that, but they never played arty themselves, so they have no idea that it does take a while for your projectile to get to where you're shooting at. And they decide to go in like, oh yes, I'm going to be the bestest player ever and get my kill. And they want help. I mean, seriously, they're just clicking like, oh, assistant, or, shoot here, shoot here. But they're in the way. What are you supposed to do? If you hit them, you're considered a noob, but a bad player because they got in the way. That's one of the things, I don't know, seriously, that's one of the things a lot of people don't understand. Yes, arties do sit in the back. We're clickers. But once again, we are supporters as well. We are anti-camping personnel. APC. ACP. Anti-camping personnel, yeah. ACP. Units. APCUs. Hold on. But with the buildings, rocks, mountains, whatever, hills, it's really hard to figure out where your shell's going to hit. Because you have to because yes, it arcs, but then sometimes you shoot over, you shoot under. Just when you shoot, the enemy moves back, you miss your shot, you're able to stun them, or you're able to dunk out their tracks, but that's about it. Whereas if you're playing a medium, a light, a heavy, sometimes tank destroyers, and only send back most of the time. Even mediums and heavy send them back, but it's just, yeah. Anyway, I do that sometimes. Anyway, but our arty shots do not get to the place quickly, not as quickly as a lot of people think they do. Because, once again, like I said, you gotta think about it. So your cannon's aimed like this, and the target's like way over here, and you go boom. So your shell, once it leaves your cannon, it's arcing, going up, going up, going up, and then when it reaches its time, it starts going down. So you gotta think about it. How many seconds is this, how far is this player at? How big is this map? You really have to think about that. So when you shoot, when you're watching, so, this player's, going, back, forward, back, crisscrossing, trying to go that. A lot of lights say that for spotting. And then everybody's like, oh, hit here, hit here, but yeah, they're sitting in the back, and they're further up, which their shells can actually get there a lot quicker. But then you gotta think about it, this tank's, like, moving around all over the place. Artie's trying to figure out where to go because that's the only tank spotted. So what's Artie gonna do? Try to hit the one that he can spot, or the one that he can see. And so I'm like, okay, well, and then most of the time when I do play, I'll watch, what the player's doing, and then sometimes, yeah, it changes. I mean, seriously, it does change. So one of the things about it is that you really have to watch. You really have to take into consideration how long is my projectile going to take to get to the area. 2, 3, 4 seconds. So you have to think about it. When an arty is playing, the arty player has to think about, okay, if my shoot, okay, this one's going here. It's gonna take about 4 seconds, maybe three, four. Well, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds for my projectile to get there. So okay, let me see. It'll take about like 1,000, 1,000. Like 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, right there. And sometimes we get lucky. And the thing that I think the thing that everybody hates about artillery is that when they hit themselves, when they're light, they're a medium, but they're spotted and they don't move. I mean, seriously, because yeah, I'm the same way. When I play a light or a medium, I get like mad at Artie, but it's my fault as well because I'm not moving. I was spotted, but I'm not moving. you know, and that's what Artie's gonna go. Is the last spot you were seen. Um, so yeah, like I said, I mean, when you play artillery, there's a lot you have to take into consideration. Priorities. That's the main thing. Priorities. Heavies are priorities. Tank destroyers are priorities. They're, the other teams, arties are the biggest priority, but sometimes, yeah, you can sit there and wait, watch the map, and see if you can see where they fire. But it's sometimes no good because all of a sudden, all that wait time, it just brings the other team that much closer to you. And then once you move, like I said, I mean, even the aim times are bad with artillery. The load times are bad with artillery. Well, except for the premium French already the Lafifi. I hate that artillery. I mean, seriously, every time I see that artillery on either on my team or the other team, I hate it. But it is a premium, so yeah. I think the load time on that is like 7.5 seconds, I think, and that's a tier 5. When I'm with my grill, I do use the gun rammer, and it's still like 22, 21, 20 seconds to load. When you're playing this, that's like 3 hours. But anyway, so right now, so you can see it on the mini map. The T-34-85M is right in front of me. The M44, of course, he is right here. He got hit by artillery, as you can see, with the little arrow and then little fuzzies around it. That means he got stunned. That's used here. Our other M44s right over here. Our Strav S is over here. Our Black Prince. And like I said, I mean, pretty much this whole area right here is gone. So, of course, I have success on some spotted, which was nice. They finally got him. But if you look at the minimap right now, the PZ4S is right here. So, of course, the T25-2 came into play, which was spotted now. So right now, like I said, I am watching the minimap the way they are, and I figured that both of them will actually try to rush and try to move around. And try to get us from, try to flank us. So our Strav S1 is actually at the air cap. The PZ4S got taken out, so we got the T25 now. And then the T32 and then old A's on that side. Once again, 6 cents comes into play. Spotted. And yes, he's almost dead. So you know what? I decided, screw it. It's almost over. Why not? Luck shot. And once again, you saw my ridicule. It was fun. All of a sudden, it's like, I mean, it takes forever. The aim time is bad on ours. Well, if you think about it, other tanks, the aim time's like, yeah, you move, it's like, you're there. Arties? I mean, seriously, the aim time is bad. So now right now we just got the Oni T32. I'm nice and loaded up, but I have no idea where he's aiming. So I said, well, you know what? It's done. Screw it, I'm gonna go! Which is stupid because Oni has a dirt gun, which you can shoot you right away. He takes a shot at the T-34 mid, his building. Hit him! Took at least 1 points out. He's done. So now we just have the T-32. Which, if you look, okay, so if you look at the minimap right now, everybody's right here, right in front of him. The SU-100 is actually gonna, I think he's gonna try to come around, which I think he does. But seriously, everybody's right here in front of him when someone should have either, try to come around, go around and try to get him from the side, from the rear. Nashorn should have actually came down, try to get him here. The SU-100 is actually going to come I mean, seriously, you'll see that. I mean, but everybody's right here, right in front of him, where his armor's the thickest, and of course he's aiming for all of them. So it's not gonna bode well. You know, you gotta think. I mean, seriously. I was like, you know what? I'll try to flank him with these. Even if they kill him right, if they kill him, that's fine. I'm happy. So you see this, you want a 100 goes around, take a shot, it's out, here I come. Hey, bro! Boom! So on that one, I got 1,125 in hit points, and then stunned for 1,863. Um, but yeah, like I said, I mean, this is one of those instances where, yes, it does not always go very well, but it does sometimes. Um, Once again, a good RD player will actually be watching the minimap constantly, constantly watching the minimap, constantly watching the minimap. And there are some times that when you're playing an RD, you have to do a multi-role. I mean, seriously, I do a multi-roles a lot. When I'm playing RD, and I guess that's a lot of the aggressiveness in me is I try to go forward if I see that the side I'm on is getting overrun. I say what, screw it, way before try to relocate, see where I can actually do some good and support. Doesn't always happen at times though, but I mean this one it was just one of those things where like okay, what do I do? And then, of course, yeah, like I said, I mean, it was toward the end. If I died, I died. But, I mean, we pretty much had the upper hand. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go help. Pull them at the real level lights and medium, a heavy, and a tank destroyer all in one. Which was stupid on my my account, but we won. I actually didn't get any hit points taken out of me, which is rare. Especially in a, situation like that. But once again, everybody, like I said, I mean, when you play artillery, you really do have to watch the minimap. You really have to figure out, what's important. Do I go after this person? Do I go after this person? What's the even if you're a low tier artillery going up against like a higher tier artillery, go for the high tiers, go for the heavies, go for the tank destroyers if you can, because every single hit points you take off those, it helps. But a lot of people don't see that because, for one, they've never played artillery in their life. And the other thing, like artillery's shots are spot on, which yes, there are a few artilleries that are spot on, but it also depends on where the tank's at. If they're behind a rock, sometimes your projectile can get to that because they're hiding behind a rock. You actually hit the rock, you hit a wall. If they're behind a hill, and your shot either overshoots, or undershoots. And then plus once you shoot, sometimes when they disappear, once they're spotted, but once you click, once again you have to take into consideration the arc of your projectile going up and then coming back down. But then once it starts coming back down, they're already moved, and then they're spotted again. They're like over here. I'm like, oh come on, and you hit nothing. And then everybody's like, oh stupid, what are you doing to play, man? Yeah, someone say shut up. I mean, seriously, sometimes in chat I'll well say that. You know what? Shut up, play artillery yourself then. See how well you do. Nothing. I mean, seriously, they won't talk after that. But definitely, everybody, like I said, I mean, this was a pretty good game. And it just goes to show that it all depends. It all depends on who's playing. How good your team is. If they're aware of what's going on in the map, and there's a lot of people that really. Yes, I do understand it's your first time playing, but you've played the maps so many times. You should kind of, and once you start playing, you will figure out maps where kind of to go. And sometimes, yeah, it's just the other team will think the same way you are and send, they'll send all their team one way, and you end up sending, all the team goes the other way, and it works out pretty good. There's sometimes that like, okay, yeah, you know what, everybody's going over here. And all of a sudden, there's like one medium over here, and everybody's just sitting there because of the one medium, and then over on the other side, everybody's over there, but yet your team's like still sitting there for a medium, and like, oh, guys, come on. Then of course if you're artillery, you have to actually move, see if you can get shots, and it's just when you're playing artillery, there's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of thinking of what to do, what do I need next, where can I do the most good. Can I hit this person? No. Can I go over here and maybe hit him? Maybe. Can I hit him over here? Yes, but they moved. When you're playing artillery, it's really like that. And I'm pretty sure the same way with tank destroyers, TDs. Same concept, but they're a little bit more closer. Where artilleries, yeah, they sit in the back, But most of the time when I do play artillery, depending on the situations, I will actually go toward the front and actually leave the TDs right behind me and just, you know what, I'm done. Yeah, excuse me. But yeah, definitely, like I said, I mean, this is one of those instances where, you know, I just like, you know what, we're up. You know what, I'm just gonna take I'm just gonna take a shot, and actually just went up front and went for it. We did okay. I mean, seriously, we did win, so that's how it goes. But yeah, definitely, everybody, like I said, thank you for watching. And yeah, like I said, I mean, this is just one of those weird videos that I did okay. I mean, I wasn't the greatest. I mean, seriously, I was not the greatest, but it does. I seriously do hope all of you do understand that yes, artillery can be a pain in the butt because I am an artillery player, but I also play heavies. I play mediums very rarely, lights not so much. Tank destroyers, I'm still trying to get used to it. The thing about when I play tank destroyers, I am way too aggressive. I'm always up front or close to the front. So yeah, I'm still trying to get used to playing TDs where I sit in the back and just wait. But I seriously can't do it. It's hard for me. But anyway, I seriously do hope all of you enjoyed this video. I know it's not the greatest, but once again, like I said, it's just one of those videos or those games where it, yeah, there's different people who play artillery differently. Me, I always watch my mini, and all my tanks. I mean, seriously, when I play World of Tanks, you always see if I do upload videos or do live stream, my mini map is always pretty big because I want to see where everybody's at. You know, like, who's there? You know, like, oh, what's that? Is that a lighter or a tank destroyer? Come on, let's go see if we can get this guy. No, I want to make sure I know where it's at. And like I said, I mean that goes with, you know, like anything I play. It's just my mini map stays the same. Mini map. Thank you very much. But yeah, it stays the same size. It does. But definitely, everybody, like I said, thank you for watching. And yeah, like I said, it's just one of these replays where I was like, I did okay. I didn't do the greatest, but I did okay. But anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to watch. And hopefully, you can kind of use this or not. I mean, seriously, it's just I thought it was good. I mean, seriously, I thought it was good because once again, yes, I did go up front. I didn't stay way in the back, which I could have, but I didn't. You know, I do really try to help as much as I can. You know, give as much support as I can when I play artillery. Sometimes it's not that it doesn't happen. Then you know other players just have no idea. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. So if you like this video, please everybody give it a like. If you didn't like it, meh. You know what to do. It is YouTube after all. But definitely everybody, thank you for taking a look at this. Like I said, once again, like I said, it's not the greatest, but it just goes to show that there's people who actually play artillery different at times. Yes, artillery players do sit in the back, but there's a lot to take into consideration when you're playing artillery because you have to figure out, you know, can I hit this person? Can I not? Are they still there? Especially when they're there but they disappear, because most of the time the tanks will actually move, and once you shoot, if you're lucky, they'll be there. But if not, you just wasted a shot. And then of course you have to have a whole long reload time. And then, I mean, it's funny because once you shoot, and all of a sudden, you know, they're back, and I'm like, oh my god, I could have waited just a couple seconds, and but now you have to wait 23, 34 seconds to reload again. Like, please. What of it, I tell you. But anyway, but definitely everybody, I seriously thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Do I play this game? I do. Do I stream it a lot? No. Do I do a lot of videos of this? No. Maybe I should, but I don't know. I'm not the greatest. I mean, seriously, I am not that good at this game. I've been playing it for a while, but I'm still a noob. I mean, seriously, it does change with every team, with every single game you play. And yeah, there's a lot of people who do watch other people play this. But then those people, when they watch these other people play, like, oh yeah, I like to sit here, I like to sit over here. And then all of a sudden, everybody's in that one little area. So you just blind fire. I mean, seriously, you just blind fire because like, oh, okay, so-and-so, said they like sitting over here. I can get a shot. So you just start blind firing. And then sometimes you knock them out. Sometimes you do a lot of hit points. Then later on, everybody complains at how it's just sometimes it's not worth it. But definitely, everybody, thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. And yeah, like I said, I mean, this was I thought it was interesting, but some games are like that. Some games are just like weird. I don't know, but anyway. But definitely, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And please, like I said, I mean, yes, I'm not the greatest, but I seriously do like this game. But there are some times when, yes, I can get salty. Um, but that's life. So, and please, everybody, like I always say, please just remember this: be weird, be random, and truly be your awesome selves. Because individuality is lacking these days, and it really does suck. I mean, seriously, it does suck because everybody thinks society has, they have to just act this way because of society, and they're not happy. Just be happy, be yourself. I mean, seriously, it's the greatest thing ever. It really is. So, once again, everybody, be weird, be random, and truly be your awesome selves. Seriously, best way to be. So, with that being said, my name is Eric, known as Penguin. I'll catch you again.